Ladies and gentlemen, hello. Thank you very much for being here tonight. My name is Emmerich.
And I'm Bertrand.
And so we're two of the three founders of Wingly. Today, you've already managed to climb all the way to the top of this tower, while during this presentation, we're going to get you even higher. Because Wingly is a flight-sharing platform. It's like carpooling, but for light aviation. We connect private pilot with passenger, so you can share the cost of the flight. Sorry. So today, we've noticed that you can share everything you have, bike, boats, car. And so what we want to do with Wingly is bring aviation, private aviation, into the sharing economy world.
And so that you directly understand what we do, we are going to show you our two main use cases. On one side, the transportation flight, from point A to point B. And on the other side, the sightseeing flight, for pure leisure. Let's take off first in a nice flight from Berlin to Zelt. We have a pilot flying there with his wife. He has 2 seats available. At the end, after sharing the cost, it's around 100 euro per passenger, and the pilot will save more than 200 euro. Here, if you compare it with existing solution, after boat and train, you both save time and money. On the other side, we have a pilot flying over Neuschwanstein Castle. He has 3 seats available. At the end, it's around 45 euro per passenger, and the pilot will save more than 100 euro. Here, if you compare it to existing solution, it's around 5 times cheaper.
So how did we have this idea of launching Wingly? Well, on my side, I've always wanted to be a fighter pilot. So I started flying when I was really young. And at age 17, I got my flying license, and I directly faced the problem that every pilot has. To keep our license, we need to fly a minimum number of hours. And it's a hobby that's really expensive. It's more than 200 euro per hour. So we always try to share the cost with friends, family. But we never know enough people with whom we can share the cost of those flights.
And on my side, on the passenger side, I am an aeronautical engineer. And before I knew about this world of private aviation, I always thought it was reserved to an elite, that it was really expensive. On the other side, I didn't know about the potential of light aviation, that there are basically little airfields everywhere. Just look at the map of Germany, or France, or the UK. And finally, flying in a nice plane and seeing amazing landscape from above is an experience more people deserve to know.
And so that's why we created Wingly. We want to connect those two types of person. And what's really important is like person like Bertrand or I, where we're not alone. Only on the European market, there's already more than 300,000 private pilots. They fly around 4 million hours per year with an average 2.5 empty seats. With a basic computation, this means that there's more than 10 million available seats, empty seats flying above our head every year. And that's the problem we're tackling. We want to get people like you into those seats and create the first and biggest community around private aviation.
And this community started with the 3 founders of Wingly. You've already met Emmerich and I from the business and aeronautical world. The third founder is Lars. He also had the idea of flight sharing and had his own web development company in Berlin before doing Wingly with us. And we also joined by our 3 stars, Lucas, Alina, and Loris, on country management for Germany, community management, and web development.
And today, the community behind Wingly is way bigger than the 6 person who started it. So far, we have more than 25,000 users registered on the platform. And this means that when you go on wingly.io, you have more than 2,000 flights that are offered by the pilots, either sightseeing flights or A to B flights. So far, more than 1,600 passengers have flown thanks to Wingly. And what's really great about this is that it helped the private pilot save more than 100,000 euros in the past 7 months. On our side, of course, we also make money. Our business model is pretty easy. It's a commission-based model where we take a commission on the transaction that goes between the passenger and the pilot. But we also have other revenue streams, such as pilot subscription, offering extra insurance, extra site services, but also introductory fees to fly schools.
And of course, we are not alone on this market. If we study the competition under the price and experience perspective, first on the leisure side, here we are competing against local actors. Our main advantage is price. As we've seen, we are 5 times cheaper. We're also an international brand. In Germany, it's Wingly. In France, it's Wingly. And on the transportation side, here you may think we are competing against Deutsche Bahn or BlaBlaCar. Well, not exactly, because what we are selling is a unique experience and not price and time. We also have direct competitors in France, in the UK, and in Germany, and we are happy to be the leader. We are 5 times bigger in terms of traffic and number of flights offered on the platform, and what helped us make that difference is the UX of our product, the effectiveness of our marketing, the wideness of our network, and finally the strength of our community.
And in the past 12 months, we've achieved a lot, and this is thanks to the first seed fundraise that we raised beginning of 2017 with business angels such as Felix Haas. So this allowed us to launch the product in 3 countries, France, UK, and Germany. But we already had flights in more than 10 Western European countries. We have one legal validation that stands for the whole of Europe, and we have one platform that's running on websites as well as on computers as well as on smartphones. And today we had more than 1,600 paying customers using the platform in the past 7 months. In other words, today we are ready to scale, and that's why we're raising a round of 1.5 million euro to support our marketing strategy in the next year, but also our human resources and the development of the platform that is an ongoing process. And now, as we promised in the introduction, we're going to get you higher and show you what's the Wingly experience through our little teaser. Thank you a lot for your attention, and if you have any question, we'll be at our booth on the right side of the room.